Good morning, American government. Monday, April 20th. I was thinking, we only have a few more Mondays left together. Woohoo! I know you're excited. Your last day of school is not too far away, so I just want to encourage you to hang in there. You are getting so close. So, we have been talking about constitutional freedoms, and we've sort of landed on freedom of religion. And more specifically, what we have done is lately we have examined the First Amendment as it relates to freedom of religion. And we looked at the first clause of the First Amendment, referred to as the Establishment Clause, and it says something to the effect that it prohibits the establishment of religion by the government. And we sort of get that one. And again, this sort of goes back to Thomas Jefferson and this wall of separation. And then we looked at the second clause of the First Amendment, which is the Free Exercise Clause. And basically, this is that, remember, unduly interferes. And this is basically where the, Congress, the government, can't make laws to prohibit us from free exercise of religion. So that brings us to our topic today. If you've been watching any of the news, during this pandemic, a number of states have passed laws or ordinances that prohibit churches from holding religious services. Pastors have been arrested, members have been fined, many others have been threatened by the police, and then the question becomes, how is this possible under the Free Exercise Clause? There's no doubt that lines have been drawn, lawsuits have already been filed, and this is heading to the courts. And on one hand, many religious traditions gather for worship is not just a friendly suggestion. Some Jewish practices require a minimum of 10. Muslims consider Friday's congregational prayer one of their most important. Catholics celebrate Eucharist during Mass. And then there was this German Lutheran theologian who says a Christian who stays away from the assembly is a contradiction in terms. And yet we have many who say we have an obligation to obey the law. We have an obligation to submit to authority. And yet then we have others within the religious Christian values that says, no, we have special freedoms and protections under the First Amendment, and our ultimate loyalty must be to Jesus, not to the state. And then, of course, we have the state. And the state government views this pandemic as a matter of national emergency and says they have the authority to protect the citizens. Again, the room is divided one more time. And this is going to end up in court. And it has in the past, but certainly because of what's going on with this coronavirus pandemic, this is heading to court again. So, here's your assignment. This is where we're going to land for the next couple days. I want you to share your position, your thoughts, in a 2 to 3 page paper on how you feel about this. Does the government have the right to prohibit religious services? Yay or nay? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think it's up to you. But what I want you to do is give it some thought. I want you to provide some illustrations and, obviously support your position. And again, I don't want you to write a novel, just 2 to 3 pages as you start to think about what's going on 2020 in your life right now with this pandemic when it comes to religious freedom. So we're going to land on that for a couple days. I want you to write this paper. We're going to give you the next couple days to write it. It'll be due Thursday, no later than 3 o'clock on Thursday. You'll have plenty of time to do some research, plenty of time to write the paper. And then once we get through Thursday, we're going to continue on with these constitutional freedoms. And then we're going to look at freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of assembly. And I think that all is real relevant right now, today, with this pandemic. Many of us, there's things you can and cannot do. Assembly, obviously. And the question is, where's your constitutional rights in all this? So it's really gray. It has lots of arms and legs, and it's something that we're going to take a look at and dive into over the course of the next week or so. So that's your assignment. I will check in again with you tomorrow. What I'm going to do is I will review the answers to the quiz that you just took. Make sure you have the correct answers. Most of you have done extremely well on it. And then we'll give you, as I said, a couple days to work on this paper. Due Thursday, no later than 3 o'clock, and then we will just continue on. Again, I am in my world of office here. I'm here all day to help you. If you have any needs, anything I can do to help you, please don't hesitate to give me a shout, and I'll get right back to you. I'll leave you with one video, and then you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.